Hello there, Atheist Junior here, your friend and humble narrator, and I am coming at you with a sort of Friday night, late night stream, sort of spur of the moment. Or there's been some developments recently in the good old live streaming Christian atheist debate shitstorm drama recently. So Aiden is going to be joining me on the stream, my good friend and one of the smartest and funniest and most articulate people I know on YouTube. And what we're going to be talking about is Mark Stoney and Gangster Ghost, a friend of the channel, good friends of me and Aiden. We live stream with them almost every day. And, you know, Brett Keane has been notorious in the past for doing false flag DMCA takedowns. If you're familiar with Onision, this is something that he did a lot. So YouTube has, unfortunately, a system that is still ripe for abuse, where if somebody uploads part of your video or re-uploads a stream that you did or a video you did, even if it falls under fair use, they can do a DMCA takedown and get that video either taken down or get a strike against your channel. And that is what Lupin did, friend of Proverbs guy. I know this is very complicated. I'm just assuming you guys know the backstory and the lore of the anime. I'm hoping you guys have read the manga of the drama of this whole community. But anyway, Aiden, how are you doing? And why don't you maybe you can fill my audience in better than I did about what happened.
Not a worry, not a worry. I'd like to consider myself quite a curator of all of this, like totally what will eventually go down as like just another page in the infinite library that is YouTube. But yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that introduction, AJ. You always know you're the perfect quintessential hype man on top of being a host. So I always appreciate that very much. But yeah, you summed it up fairly well insofar as saying that Lupin is somebody that has taken a system that YouTube has had set up as a precedent ever since the late 2000s, when Viacom went against YouTube and basically said that they were going to more or less shut the website down unless they adhered to specific terms at the very end of that settlement that had taken place between them, part of which being that if somebody makes a claim, a DMCA claim against a video on YouTube, that YouTube will automatically side with that person. Basically, they'll automatically side with the claimant of that insofar as taking the video down and holding it up for review. So there have been a myriad of people. You cited a couple of examples. There's plenty more out there. And YouTube that will abuse the copyright system, will abuse the DMCA, and rather than making a report directly to YouTube itself as a platform, decide that they're going to basically make what is a legal complaint, like what would basically amount to a suit against someone saying, you've stolen my intellectual property, and I am basically trying to take that I'm trying to use this particular part of the law in order to exercise my authority and control over it. So it goes beyond just something as far as like, oh, YouTube, he did something bad. No, it's basically using YouTube's reporting system to say that this person violated the law and violated this part of the law, the specific part being the DMCA. And that's not something that's acceptable under any circumstance whatsoever. It's definitely not acceptable given Lupin's past and given his history with Gangster Ghost, because, and you can feel free to shut me up at any point if you want, AJ, if you feel I'm rambling too long at any given point in time. But yeah, Gangster Ghost is somebody that Lupin has claimed to be his friend on multiple occasions. He's come into streams all the time, and he's tried saying, oh, well, the only reason why I'm here is because I'm here to try to hang out with Gangster Ghost. I'm not here to hang out with any of you guys. I'm not here to hang out with anybody in the community, whether it be AJ or Mark Stoney or myself or anybody within the community at large. But it's not just a matter of that. It's a matter of his manipulative tactics. When he says that on one hand, I'm just here to hang out with Gangster Ghost, and then flag his video down and put a strike on his channel. Like that's the critical part about this. It's not just a matter of it being a legal thing. Once you have a strike put on your channel, it can be a permanent mark on it that will leave it much more vulnerable in future if someone else wanted to do this very same thing. And correct me if I'm wrong, AJ, you would probably know this better than myself, but when you have 2 strikes on your channel, I believe that YouTube can restrict streaming on your channel and can restrict other features on your channel as well. And once you have 3 strikes, unless those get repealed, I mean, your channel can just be totally taken off of YouTube and axed altogether.
Yeah. So I know that at 2 strikes, you can't upload videos longer than 15 minutes, if I remember right. And there are some restrictions to live streaming. But so we're going to share Lupin's video where another friend of the channel, Peter DeTucker, who helped me get started on YouTube. So shout out to Peter. Went and confronted Lupin on his stream. But just real quick, just to kind of explain DMCA better than I could, I'm going to share this video really quick because it's a great video by Your Movie Sucks, which is an awesome channel. So we're just going to play a little bit of this, and then we'll get into the Lupin's video.
Which is why my understanding of fair use is not based off of YouTube comments or random articles. They're based off of actual legal documents being interpreted by legal professionals. Fair use is not just a magical word that people use to try and get out of copyright infringement. Fair use is a very real exemption to copyright infringement laws. Keyword here being exemption. Fair use dictates that as long as certain qualifying factors are met, you do not need permission from the copyright holder to be able to use, publish, and monetize portions of their works in your own. After watching through your entire video twice, you did not offer any explanation as to what these copyright infringers could have done to fall under fair use. As someone whose entire business relies on fair use law, I am happy to explain them for you.
Rogers took this picture, Coons ripped him off and made some statues right here, and he sold them. Once again, monetizing, trying to make commercial profit off somebody else's work is a major no-no. You cannot monetize YouTube videos or any of that crap. Remember that is law. It will get you in a lot of trouble. And you're a scumbag to do it because you're ripping somebody off.
All right, now I'm going to ignore the fact that you just inadvertently called me a scumbag. What needs to be addressed is that although monetization and commercial purposes for the work is considered, it is not a determining factor. I do not believe for a second that you would be okay with someone illegally downloading the Cool Cat movie as long as they weren't selling it afterwards. Monetization or selling does not determine guilt, and it does not determine innocence. And if you don't believe me, just ask Julie Ahrens, lawyer and associate director for the Fair Use Project, in a video posted by Stanford University's Center for Internet and Society.
I'm here to talk about some common myths regarding fair use. And one of the common beliefs about fair use is that if you are making money or attempting to make money by using something, that is not a fair use. Or if you're not making money off of it, then it automatically is a fair use. This isn't a true distinction. While whether something is commercial or non-commercial is one of the factors that goes into deciding whether a use is fair or not, it is not a determinative factor. So you can be doing something to make money, whether it's off of ad revenue or otherwise, that can be a fair use. And many commercial enterprises rely on fair use every day. There are other uses that are non-commercial that are not fair use. And so the distinction between making money or not making money does not decide the question of whether a use is fair or not.
And if you still want to go by case law, let's take, for example, when South Park parodied a popular song for their show.
When it comes to law, there's one thing you go by, and it's called case.
Okay, so I think the highlight from that is basically just that fair use is an exemption from copyright law. And the important thing is about transformative content. Now, the issue that Lupin complained about is that, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, Aiden, but I guess that Gangster Ghost had uploaded part of Lupin's live stream unedited with plans to later do a review of it on stream. Is that true?
That is true, yes. And I'd like to just I'd like to also provide further clarification insofar as saying that Gangster Ghost, to my understanding, did that unintentionally, because he typically, when he does those unedited, when he takes a segment of someone's video, like a prolonged segment like he did of Lupin's video, when he takes that and puts that on his channel, he'll typically unlist it, because he intends for us to commentate over it at another point in time. And he finds it to be convenient to be able to just not only have that segment readily available on his channel, but also because people like Lupin have a habit of, when they realize that their shit stinks by people's reactions to their streams, will go back and delete their content and try to prevent it from being viewed, because they find it to be, something that exposes their character for what it really is. But anyways, yes, I do not think that him putting it on there was intentional. But yes, that is true. He did upload a segment of that. And rather than going to Gangster Ghost as his supposed friend, like I had highlighted earlier, Lupin considers Gangster Ghost allegedly this close friend of his. Rather than going to him and simply saying, hey, buddy, you have this big long clip of my stuff on your channel. Why do you have that on there? Or could you please take that down? Or any myriad of different things he could have said to make the situation any less damaging than it would have been if he literally resorted to the worst possible thing he could have done in that situation, which is what he did. That was the avenue he pursued, by flagging his channel and not flagging it. That's actually the distinction I was trying to make earlier, is flagging is for YouTube. DMCAing Gangster Ghost's channel. And that's something that could have been avoided entirely through one simple conversation. And one more thing I'll highlight real quick is the fact that Lupin will say over and over and over again that I go against your channel. Anytime he has ever gone against Gangster Ghost's channel and ever suggested he do other things, it's not because of Logan, according to Lupin. It's not it's not because of Gangster Ghost. It's because of people like me and Mark Stoney and other people like that, other people that have allegedly influenced his channel. They've infiltrated it, and we've just made it our own. But Gangster Ghost was the one that did that. He was the one that uploaded that. No one else was involved in that whatsoever. And that didn't matter to Lupin whatsoever. So with that being said, go ahead, AJ.
Yeah. So, and I think I did the same thing. Like in the offline, I was telling you about how I was trying to download this video because I thought just in case Lupin takes it down. You know what I mean? And I think that's smart of Gangster Ghost to do that. But yeah, so let's, there's a good amount to get through in this video. So I'm just going to play it. I might have to fast forward a little bit.
So just so your disingenuousness shows, I never blocked you in the comments, and I've never blocked you out of the channel. I just kicked you out of the channel that one time. So keep crying about it, but go ahead, join in. You got an open invitation. I'll wait for a few minutes. Until you start getting on my nerves, which will probably be pretty quick. But come on, little Peter Pan. Come on, Peter. There he is. There he is. What's up, Birdman? Hold on, let me make sure I could hear you. Siri, get out of here. What's up, dude?
Yeah, I was wondering why are you such a coward? Why you kick people if they don't want to talk about something that's irrelevant to the conversation?
Because this is my channel. If I feel like kicking you, I'll kick you. Does that answer your question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Oh, so you were bullied as a kid, and now you need to compensate for that. That's
And I was never
basically-
bullied as a kid. I was never bullied as a kid. You might be projecting.
That's
You might
usually
be
what
projecting.
happens.
Yeah, you might be projecting
No.
a little bit, but it's okay. So, what do you have relevant to say to the conversation? What do you have relevant?
No, I'm curious. I'm curious. Why are you putting a strike on Logan's channel when he's using your stuff under fair use, which is an illegal strike?
I got no reason to talk to you about that.
Well, so I got a proposition. So
I don't care about your proposition.
I talked to Mark. Mark hasn't said anything yet, but I like to go over your content on a separate channel and then wait for you to launch a strike, because I've got unlimited funding when it comes to any court cases or legal matters. And yeah, cool. I live in the Netherlands.
I always find it really funny when Lupin will always talk out of both sides of his mouth. On one hand, he'll try to invite Peter onto the show, which, I mean, if you invite someone onto your show, you try to get them onto your show like he was trying to do earlier right there, where he was trying to goad Peter into joining the show. You can't then have that person on your show and then say, I don't care what you have to say. I don't care what that matters. It doesn't matter what you have to say. Well, then why do you have them on? Why are you even talking about it in the first place? Why does it matter? I mean, the reason why it matters is obvious to anybody that is aware of Lupin's antics, insofar as why he flagged Gangster Ghost and why he flagged Mark Stoney. And I'm sure that we can get into that in due time, but I just wanted to point that out. Go ahead.
Yeah, so for the past 24 hours, this has been in sort of hot topic with Mark Stoney. He was mad, and understandably so. He also got a video flagged, and Lupin went on Missing Mod stream, which we watched earlier, and he tried to pull the same thing with. And shout out to Mark Reed for confronting him like Peter did. He did an awesome job, and Lupin tried to pull the same thing where he's like, I don't want to talk about that, because he tried to act like, oh, this is Missing Mod stream, even though she had just brought it up like a minute earlier in the stream, talking about Lupin. And it's like, Lupin, why are you on? You can't go on a live stream doing what you did and not expect people to confront you about it. And then when they do, you don't want to talk about it. Well, why not? Like, does that show that? Why are you uncomfortable about? If you're completely justified in what you did, why are you so uncomfortable and so unwilling to talk about it? That's my question.
Well, he's willing to talk about it on his channel where he can mute and he can kick anyone and he can have total control over things, and he can have the excuse of, well, it's my channel, so I can do whatever I want. But I've actually been made aware through the grapevine that Lupin is actually currently broadcasting us right now on his channel. So I'd just like to point that out, not just to my audience, but ostensibly to his audience when it inevitably catches up to this. Yeah, Lupin, right now, you are taking advantage of fair use law and using that right now, even though while you did not take advantage of that in the case of Gangster Ghost, and we can get into why what you did in spite of that is still scummy with him, you overtly did that with Mark Stoney's channel, because one of the people that was in that video itself that you DMCA'd, one of the people that contributed to the content of that video was there commentating over it. It's overwhelmingly obvious that that falls within fair use. You are using fair use right now to broadcast us. So why are you taking advantage of that system while still, as of right now, holding strikes over people when they either didn't do that or had no real reason to have that done to them when you could have pursued way more peaceful avenues with your supposed friend.
Right. And I figured that at some point Lupin would either do that or try and join this stream, which he is absolutely not allowed to join the stream if he tries to, just so you know, Aiden. And
no skin off my teeth.
Yeah. So Lupin, if you go and check your videos and sort by most popular, you'll see that the video that has the most views on your channel is you reviewing a video that me and Aiden did on my channel, reviewing the 100 Arguments Against Atheism. And if I was a shithead, I could try and get that video taken down, but I won't, and I legally can't. Morally, I won't. I could, but legally, I also shouldn't, because that falls under fair use, because you didn't just re-upload the video. You paused the video and added your comments the same way me and Aiden were doing to that original video. So it's transformative content on top of transformative. So that's the distinction. And so, like Aiden said, you're taking advantage of fair use while at the same time abusing the systems that, you're abusing fair use while also taking advantage of it.
Yeah, you're abusing the very systems that are there in place to be able to provide safe harbor for people's content and their ability to be able to have free expression. You yourself, Lupin, tried saying, maybe not in this video, I think it was where Mark Reed confronted him, the reason why he was doing what he was doing and saying what he was saying is because he has freedom of expression. Well, how do you have freedom of expression online and doing what you're doing right now, Lupin? You have it because of that very system. We can keep going, though.
I can post everything online, which if you were to launch a strike, that would mean that we would have a court case, which includes your real name, your real address, stuff like that. I mean, I'm more than happy to take on, see what happens.
I got nothing to hide, buddy.
You got nothing to hide.
Nope.
No, I can see that.
Yeah.
I would hide it though if I had your body, but I mean, that's just me.
Are you jealous?
No. Oh, no.
No. It's not as pretty. It's not as pretty as Aaron Raw, huh?
I mean, no.
I just have to be the pedantic fuck and say that jealousy is something where you're afraid of losing a romantic partner that you already have, or losing something you already have. And envy is what you're talking about here, Lupin. So you should say, are you envious of my gross dad bod?
Well, I got told by Missing Mod that he just dropped insultive in his stream. So, reason number 23,496 why I think that Lupin is just becoming Brett Keane. They're becoming one person. It's really actually quite terrifying, and it needs to be stopped before it gets to its final stage. So let this recording, like in the future dystopian hellscape, when they've taken over the world because they've gained way too much manipulative control over people over this slow period of time, let this video stand as the resistance. This is the tape that's played in the dark, dismal basements of the world where the rebel factions still hide out.
I know you like.
I've never been fat, nor do I want to be.
You like that dried sausage look like Aaron Raw, like a hot dog that fell behind the sofa for 5 years.
What's your fascination with Aaron Raw?
Oh no, I'm just stating he looks like a sausage that fell behind a couch for 5 years.
Why do you keep mentioning him? What's the deal there?
Because you're his producer, you're his follower.
Yes, I'm his producer. I'm not his follower, but I'm his producer.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about.
It's really funny that he says that he looks like a sausage when he literally has this Vienna sausage-esque, not only just figure, we can just kind of get past that, but there's a reason why he's wearing that cap there, because he doesn't have any hair underneath that. It's all smooth down there. It's all just like a sausage. Last I checked, Aaron significantly older than you, Lupin, but he's still got hair. He's still got a luscious head of hair. Are you just perhaps a little what was the term that AJ used earlier? It was envious. Yes, I think. Are you perhaps just a little bit envious of that, Lupin? I think you might be.
Yes, Aaron. I want to make sure we pronounce it right because this drives me nuts.
It's Aaron.
Raw.
It's Aaron.
Oh, well, I pronounce it Aaron.
No, so, I know. I'm literally just being pedantic.
Yeah, I know. it hurts. It hurts. So yes, Aaron is a full head of hair. I have a full head of hair. Aaron has he dyed his goatee blue, and I dyed my hair blue partially. It's now sort of a limeish green, sort of like this color on my stream. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I don't care to. I don't like getting into people's appearances because I'm sensitive to that. I don't like getting comments about that. So I'm going to try to avoid that. But I mean, if you go there and basically don't dish it out if you can't eat the spaghetti dish for great macaroni and cheese, Kane, dark.
Talk about him if I want to.
So that's relevant.
Maybe you don't understand America. Maybe you don't understand America, but we have freedom of speech.
I mean,
here.
I could
talk about
go around and say that you love sucking Kent Hogan's teats, but
it wasn't this one that he invokes the whole freedom of speech argument. Oh, that's so cute coming from somebody that just flagrantly uses the laws governing that to just abuse other people's channels over petty stuff that people are like. Ultimately, Lupin, that's the funny thing is that the reason for why you did this is going to be forgotten about. Like the reason for why you did this, the petty little beef that you had with Mark, the petty little beef that you had with Steven, all of those things, those are all going to be forgotten about in the annals of history. And that's why I'm really not trying to focus too much on those things, because ultimately that stuff is irrelevant. What's relevant is that you, under the auspices of such stupid, irrelevant bullshit, decided that you were literally going to commit perjury multiple times. And for what? Really, I know that I'm saying that a couple of times at this point, but I just want to drive it home. Really, for what? Over stupid, forgettable nonsense.
But I don't do that because it's not relevant to the conversation, right?
You could, and I could care less. Nah. But I also could boot you, and you could say it on your channel.
I just have to point this out, and we'll get right back to it. But saying you could care less means you could care, and that means you do care at least a little bit. Just saying.
Yeah, I've never understood that as the same. Like, couldn't care less makes sense, but yes, I won't be too pedantic as well. Let's keep going.
I just had to.
Nah.
Okay. Yeah. So
why would I have you on my channel? I would make a separate channel for that because
I'm not gonna go to your channel. I don't give a damn about your channel, dude. Your channel's useless, just like you.
Great. I hope you will at least this time will be speaking the truth that you won't go on my channel.
I have zero interest. I don't even know.
That.
I don't know what your channel is, and I personally don't care what your channel is.
Good.
You're lucky I don't go on there and tear you guys to shreds.
But so I'm curious. You're supposed to be a Christian.
Okay, so
wow, I missed that one.
You're lucky I don't go on there and tear you guys to shreds. It's funny because he went on Mark's show earlier today. He went on and he had the opportunity to quote unquote tear us to shreds. He was there, and all I had to say to him was, can we just skip to the part where you just like leave with your tail between your legs? And he complied.
That was hilarious.
It was, and that's what I wanted to highlight more than anything else, is that if he had all this bravado that he's trying to portray right now, this like, oh yeah, I'll meet you anytime, any place, buddy. If I said that to him, then he would respond with perhaps something akin maybe a little bit more to, oh yeah, you think that you're just going to talk to me like that? Well, what about this? What about that? Like, he would have actually been confrontational back if he had all of this bravado like he tries to claim that he does here. But he doesn't. It's non-existent. It's only when he has control over everything that all this confidence suddenly manifests.
Right?
Right. I'll tell you the shreds in Christianly love.
So can I ask you what kind of Bible translation that you have that doesn't include the 9th commandment?
I will use all the Bible translations and talk with other Christians, and we'll all go over it. And
Yeah, but which one doesn't include the 9th commandment?
It doesn't matter.
Because
I don't know.
you obviously, you've never heard of it. You're not following it.
What, thou shalt not bear false witness? We talked about this earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we can demonstrate that you're bearing false witness, right?
What, that my opinion is of you that you're useless?
It's not an opinion. If you launch a strike on Logan's channel, that is a fake strike.
Pause.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Logan had an hour and a half video
Under fair use.
All right. So I just wanted to say real quick, this is another classic Keen-esque tactic that he's using right there. Is he knows full well what he's talking about when he's talking about bearing false witness, but he's not going to actually address that head on. He's going to go, no, what are you talking about me saying that you're useless? He's trying to get him off on some other totally unrelated topic. But this is also the guy that always talks about how everyone else but him is just manipulating everyone else and trying to manipulate them to do this and that and the other thing. So just keep that in mind.
Use?
That's not
under fair use.
That
is fair use. Commenting on a video is fair use. I do that every week.
Better than you guys. I know fair use.
Yeah, you don't. You apparently don't.
Yeah, I do.
But so
what else you got?
And why? So why are you getting a strike for Logan? But if Mark streams stuff with you in it, he doesn't get a strike. How come that? I mean,
can you speak English? That make any sense? Whatever you just said.
I'm saying, why are you launching a strike on Logan's channel, but when Mark does the same thing on his channel, you're not striking Mark?
They were both striked at the same time.
I just love how Peter, in a roundabout way, got Lupin to admit exactly what he did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they were both striked at the same time. No, that's not true, by the way. Just for the record, that is not true. They did not happen simultaneously. Logan's strike happened after the stream that Mark first revealed that he had gotten a strike from Lupin. So no, they were not simultaneous. One of them happened later on because Gangster Ghost, after that stream where Mark had revealed that you had flagged him, decided that he was going to cut out part of another stream and use that as content and fodder for one of our later streams, but didn't unlist the video like he typically does with those because he's not trying. Like what he's about to talk about here, that Gangster Ghost, he published this big long piece of content uninterrupted, and that is true. I'm not disputing that. No one else is disputing that. But the thing is not only does Gangster Ghost not mean to do that, but Lupin, all that you had to do is do exactly what you're doing right now with Peter, absent all the stupid elementary insults. Talk to Gangster Ghost. Have a conversation with him. You want to go into people's rooms and destroy them? How about you go into people's rooms and have a conversation with them like a human being?
Oh? How come no one knows about that? Didn't it go through?
You tell me. Go find out for yourself.
I'm just curious. Why do that? Why do that to Logan?
Yeah, I'm curious on why you even give a shit.
I'm curious why you do that to Logan. What has Logan done to you?
I've already talked to Logan in private about it. So you know what? You can talk to him about it.
I mean, and that's in private, and Logan keeps that private. That's why I'm asking you directly. And you said you had nothing to hide, but it seems that you have something to hide because you don't want to talk about it, right?
No, I'm not going to talk about it to you because you're irrelevant to me.
Pause.
So you've got some.
Pause. So Posse. No, it's funny that he says this because when he was on Missing Mod show earlier today, he was on there and he was saying to Mark Reed, "Oh, I'll talk with you about this over on my show. You know, we don't have to talk about Gangster Ghost and all that over on Missing Mod show because Missing Mod's going to get all disrespected because we're just bringing up drama for no reason." Even though Missing Mod didn't have a problem with him talking about it whatsoever because Missing Mod is actually a friend for Gangster Ghost. Say whatever you want about Missing Mod, but she is. She's always been a legitimate friend to Gangster Ghost. And that's the fundamental difference between those two is how they treat him. Among other things, obviously, but this idea of, well, I'm going to talk about it on my show. You just have to come to my show and talk about it. Well, Peter is talking with you about that very thing, and you've just got another excuse. It's always just this like Matryoshka doll of excuses with Lupin. Rather than having a job, he's decided that his career is going to be coming up with yet another layer to put within that doll, just another layer so that he can have some other reason for why he doesn't have to take responsibility for his actions. It's just pathetic.
Yep.
That's something to hide.
No, you're irrelevant to me, so I don't have to explain anything to you.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair.
It is.
And you wouldn't if you had something to hide, which...
I don't have anything to hide. I already told Logan. What are you talking about?
Well, tell everyone else. This is going on your channels. It's not just me hearing it. It's not just me hearing it. Everyone who's watching can hear it. So
fine,
why are you false flagging channels?
I'm not false flagging
what's up
channels.
with the false...
They were perfectly justified.
It's the false flag.
Nope, perfectly
justified. Buzz, I know what he means by, I know what Peter means by saying that, and I actually made the mistake myself earlier in the stream. It's easy to get them confused, especially as a layman that isn't, you know, legally did not go to school to educate themselves on these things, but have tried their best to understand them from a layman's perspective. But it goes beyond just flagging. It's not just flagging. It wasn't a report that was made to YouTube. It was a legal complaint that he has filed now to both Gangster Ghost and to Mark that could go to court if it is not resolved. If he really wants to be this, if he really wants to not back down from this and not revoke them, then he's going to end up in court. And he's going to end up draining all of his parents' money away on a lawyer over some stupid vanity trial.
Yeah, and for anybody watching this who thinks, oh, it'll never go to court. That's never happened. There is precedent for this happening. Look at H3H3 versus the Bold Guy. It went all the way to court. It went all the way because the Bold Guy was a shithead and would not give up, and H3H3 had to raise fan funding to pay for the crippling legal fees because it was so expensive. And they won the case, by the way, which sets a great precedent, but they should never have had to go through that. It's ridiculous. And I just have a question for Lupin, if he's still watching this. What would have happened if you didn't do this to Gangster Ghost video? What would have happened? What? Because that's, he said, basically his justification is that I knew what it would lead to. He's saying that basically what you said earlier, that I guess we've hijacked Gangster Ghost's channel, implying that he could be manipulated like that. Ironically, these people, Proverbs guys, are the ones who try to manipulate him the most and who have the most a venomous hatred for Mark Stoney and obsession with Mark Stoney to do shit like this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And what would happen? What was so the
point that you're highlighting is the point that you're highlighting is very apt, because ultimately, Lupin, let's be totally real about this, all right? The amount of live viewers that AJ is getting right now is more than the amount of total views that the video that you are broadcasting right now will get over its lifetime. I would bet money on that right now. I really would. I think there's pretty good odds on that. So that being said, I really fail to understand how you can make an argument that Gangster Ghost uploading that segment was damaging to your channel in any way, shape, or form. You're not losing any revenue off of it. No one's monetizing any of this. There's not even that argument that was being made earlier for Mr. Cool Cat guy. I forget his name off the top of my head. Was
Derek Savage.
Yeah, Derek Savage. Thank you. Yeah. Derek Savage made the argument on the basis of, well, I'm having money taken from me because these people are monetizing my content. They're stealing money. They're basically taking money out of my pocket. Lupin can't even make that argument because even though he tries to put his Cash App in every single one of his streams, I challenge him to find or show me a single example of someone that's actually paid him using that. And not only that, but if that is indeed the case, Gangster Ghost put your Cash App up on his channel. So I really don't see how this is something that's damaging to you, Lupin. I don't see how this is something that you can just like torch your friendship. Supposed friendship, I say in like the most large quotation, size 72 quotation marks I can possibly muster. Those are Times New Roman, by the way. Fuck Arial. But yeah, let's keep going.
How?
I'm not going to explain it to you.
You said it's perfectly justified. Justified how?
I'm not going to explain it to you. I told you it's perfectly
No,
justified.
because you can't.
I'm not going to explain it to you. No, I can,
Because you
but
can't.
I'm not going to.
Too many big words in the fair use agreement? Things you can't speak?
I've read it, and if I don't understand it, I have an attorney to understand it for me.
Ah, you have an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're a big shot, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably have him on retainer the way you act. Right?
Maybe.
You need him a lot?
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah, that
maybe.
was good.
I mean, considering how drunk I often get, you never know.
I mean, like Peter's a quick wit, man. I love Peter.
Yeah.
He really is, because that was razor sharp and lightning quick. That was
Yeah,
really good.
Lupin didn't even catch it. He he doesn't realize what saying. Oh, maybe I have a.
Yeah, right. Maybe I have a lawyer on retainer. Like that's somehow going to make his case look better. No, you're right. He didn't even catch that on any level whatsoever. That's a really good point to point out. But yeah, like Lupin, you gotta own up to the fact that that's not your lawyer. And I know that this may sound like petty or whatever to the audience that I bring this up, but honestly, fuck Lupin and fuck everything that he's done to Gangster Ghost. This is a guy who does not have a job. He does not have employment of his own. He is not hiring this lawyer. This lawyer that he's going to have, if this does indeed go to court, is not one that he has earned through the right of his own money. No, it's going to be one that's paid for by his parents. I'm not going to get into the details of how I know that, but that is a known fact. It's not going to be his money that's funding that lawyer. So it's not like it's going to be something he's really going to care too much about because, I mean, hey, who cares? It's not my money that's funding them.
Yeah, and just to just kind of rub it into Lupin if he's watching, I get $50 super chats during my live streams. Like, Aiden, the last time you were on here, I think you saw that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you cleaned up. You cleaned up the last time that we did a live stream. That was awesome.
Because I have a community that supports me, because I fostered that. I depend, like your movie Suck said, I depend on fair use for my content because I review videos on my live streams. And I just want you to know, Lupin, you will never have what I have, and you'll never be able to build what I've built. It's possible. Anybody could do it. Aiden could build a channel. I've encouraged Big Bad Mama, Mark Reed, Grayson. I've encouraged all of them to make a channel. Mr. Anderson, and they've all. Grayson just hit 2K. Mr. Anderson blown up because these people have engaging content and intellect and something to say. I don't think Lupin has anything to say, so instead, you want to drag down other people's content. It's just kind of sad. It's just really sad, you know. It's sad.
Yeah, well, it was something I alluded to earlier in the stream as the real reason for why he did this, and I think now's a nice time with this very funny comment below me, might I add. Thank you very much. Mimosa J for that comment. That's absolutely hilarious. I had to mute for that one. But no, but that being said, the real reason why he's doing this is because he cannot, for one, he cannot win an argument against Mark Stoney to save his life. I challenge anyone out there, if you're the most diehard Lupin fan, or you're Lupin yourself watching this either now or in the future, find me one moment where you really got one over on Mark. Not an insult. I'm not talking about an insult. I know that's the currency you trade in. I'm talking about an actual substantive point or argument. Find me an example of that, and I'll totally crow on this statement. But he's incapable of doing that. And with Gangster Ghost isn't interested in arguing with Lupin. Gangster Ghost isn't interested really in arguing, period. And I respect the crap out of him for that. I respect the shit out of him for that. I'm not on a Christian channel. I'm not a Christian situation. I respect the shit out of Gangster Ghost because he has such a peaceful life. He's not interested in conflict. What he's interested in is friendship and trying to make good, long-lasting, deep friendships with people. And Lupin has taken advantage of his goodwill and nature and is now trying to say that, oh, well, I'm going against him now because he took my content. Took it for what? To commentate over it, to give you attention like you're getting right now. I'm sure that even though he's going to act like this stream is the worst thing ever, what we're doing right now, the fact that he's getting put on blast, the fact that he's getting attention, I'm sure there's a part of him that absolutely revels into that. And I mean, whatever. I really don't care about that. I know that there's people that are put off from doing these things because of that aspect of it. But that's irrelevant to me at this point because he's fucked with my friends. And mainly he's fucked with Gangster Ghost, who has done nothing whatsoever to attract any anger from anybody whatsoever. He literally is just the equivalent of going up to an innocent bystander and just clubbing them over the head.
Okay. Lupin, maybe you can respond to this comment. Gangster Ghost, yeah.
Oh, you want me to respond to that? You said
yeah.
Lupin. You said Lupin. Maybe you can.
I did it again. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was confused. The characters in this is confusing. Do we like Gangster Ghost or is he this guy's friend? No, Gangster Ghost and Mark Stoney are both friends of ours. I'm sorry if it has been confusing. I know it's a bit of a web of things going on here, but yes, Gangster Ghost and Mark Stoney are our friends, and we have a community on YouTube, mainly centered on Gangster Ghost and Mark Stoney's channels, where we will have live hangouts and discussions, and we will discuss a myriad of different topics. And sometimes, indeed, Lupin will be one of those topics because we find it amusing to commentate over his videos. So, no, Gangster Ghost is not someone that we're upset with. Gangster Ghost is the guy that Lupin, as well as Mr. Stump in the Earth, who's a totally different character we don't have to get into because it's just going to make things even more confusing. But Lupin has taken it upon himself to DMCA Gangster Ghost and DMCA Mark Stoney over what really in reality is just stupid, petty internet drama. He's now using the arm of the law to try and shut people up, is really the long and short of things. And that's why this is being talked about. That's why AJ, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's why I feel like AJ has taken it upon himself to do this stream, because it's one thing to just have stupid internet beef, but when you take that offline, when you try to actually fuck with someone's personal life, and you really try to get one over on somebody, IRL, that is a totally different level. That steps well beyond the line. That is something that cannot just be idly put aside. So I think it's something that's worthy of talking about, even if Lupin gets off in it in some weird, fucked up way. I really don't care. What I care about is making people aware of how shitty of a person he is.
Yeah, so Mark Stoney, he was somebody who was a big fan of Kent Hovind, lived at Dinosaur Adventureland, and had a big falling out with Kent. And I went to the atheist channels, or immediately went to the atheist channel as soon as he left. Just like Shindy, their wife 3, she left. She went straight to the atheist channel because perhaps, the Christians in their community were not listening to them or believing them or were siding with Kent Hovind. And so they found a welcoming community among my channel and others. And so Proverbs guy, Stephen Bolin, Achilles, all those people are fucking pissed about that. They are so mad about that. Like they're so mad that Mark Stoney betrayed Kent Hovind. Their literal idol, Stephen Bolin's Proverbs guy, says he loves Kent Hovind, which, fair enough. But so they're pissed that Mark Stoney left. Gangster Ghost is a Christian who he is a Christian, and I wouldn't take that away from him. I don't have a problem with that, just because I can be friends with people who are Christian or atheists. It's not what matters to me. What matters is if people are respectable and if I can have a good conversation with them and if they laugh at my jokes.
Yes.
That's the important thing.
Yes. And
it should be said, though, that Gangster is somebody who's, I will say, severely on the autism spectrum. I think that's important to note. And Proverbs guy really bullied him. And I think that can't be ignored in this. situation.
And the fact of the matter is that when that went down, Lupin was a member and is still trying to be a member of the Proverbs guys. Yeah, just to kind of expound on that a little bit. Gangster Ghost has, unfortunately, this is the third time that people have overtly, nakedly tried to mess with Gangster Ghost. Now, albeit the two previous times, not only were not Lupin mainly, I mean, he was ostensibly part of it by being part of the group that was doing it to him. But not only that, it wasn't this IRL, I'm going to take this offline and try to mess with you offline. The things that they tried doing with him were manipulation insofar as trying to get him to either remove his Kent Hovind content on his channel because he would make shorts and videos about Kent Hovind, or trying to manipulate him as far as saying that, he was starting fights between people, because Gangster Ghost participates in live hangouts and chats, as well as me, as well as AJ, as well as many other people out there in the community. And Proverbs guys have tried to say that he has tried to start fights between people or tried to get him to show his face, because apparently he needs to show his face to show that he's not just some online troll. They've tried doing a myriad of different things with Gangster Ghost, and unfortunately they do it ultimately, I think, because they see him as a vulnerable person that they think they can take advantage of, when Gangster Ghost in reality is very smart and very sharp in a variety of different ways, funnier than hell. I gotta say that about Gangster Ghost. Like, his wit is so incredibly quick when you're sitting there and having a conversation with him about all manner of different topics. He's really expansive in his knowledge of different media, whether it be movies. It's mainly movies with him, but he's also pretty knowledgeable about books and about other sorts of media. So Gangster Ghost is a super chill guy, super cool, would never hurt a fly. I encourage anyone that's watching this right now to go and check out any of Gangster Ghost's content, and you will find, I guarantee you, the most genuine, sweet person on the internet that you will ever encounter that does not have a single bad bone in their entire body. I know you're probably thinking before you see his channel that I'm just totally overhyping it. No, I dare anyone to go and check one of his videos where he's just talking and come back and tell me he's anything but what I'm describing him as. He's a wonderful human being. And people like Lupin have taken advantage of him and are, as of right now, still trying to take advantage of him in a way far worse than just stupid online drama. Now it's gone offline, and that's bullshit.
Yeah, and I will say that before we play the video again, I was talking about this earlier, how, Bolin and these other people simultaneously, Bolin did straight up to his face denied that Gangster Ghost has a diagnosis from a medical doctor that he's on the spectrum, which is just fucked up outright. But so they simultaneously want to deny that he is on the spectrum, but at the same time they want to take advantage of him like he's they want to try to. Really what they're doing is they're mistaking his kindness for weakness. I think that would be a good way to sum it up.
Yes, that is a very good way of summing it up. Absolutely. And with that being said, we can keep going.
Maybe. What's it to you?
I'm just trying to figure out what kind of a Christian you are. You to me, you sound more like a hypocrisian to me.
A what?
Someone who pretends to be a Christian but doesn't adhere to anything the Bible says. So kind of a hypocrite and a Christian, which makes it a yeah. I don't want you to love me because first of all, I'm not gay. Second of all, you're not attractive.
You always take it that way. I'm not attractive.
I mean, and you already have a boyfriend. The video you made about me with the first hour was you and your boyfriend cuddling up in front of the camera. So
yeah, me
kind of a
and
bromance going on.
Me and my friends got a close connection. Yeah, me and my friends.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not judging. I mean, it's okay to be gay.
Sounds like you. It sounds like you
I mean, no, I'm not. I live with two girlfriends, both of which who are gay. So I'm not judging anyone who's gay.
You only had two. That's lame. Whenever I was a heathen,
yeah, but you never had two. You never had two at the same time, right? Because I watched your video.
I had three.
They didn't know about each other, did they?
Two of them did. One of them fucked it up.
Yeah.
So you betrayed
I find
someone.
That very hard to believe.
I don't care what you believe, brother.
I just like how even in his fantasy he betrayed someone and like cheated on them.
But yeah, imagine,
fucked it up.
Imagine even in this fantasy world that he's portraying here. Imagine straddling that human nutsack. that giant. Mark Stoney put it very well. He looks like a human nutsack that's just covered in pubes. It's not a good look. It's really not. And it'd be one thing, right? Like if he had that look and he kind of like kept it to himself, and like we just kind of pulled that out of nowhere and like used it against him. But he just earlier tried like flaunting himself and being like, "Oh yeah, Aaron doesn't look like this, does he?" So he brings it upon himself, really.
Yeah, and this is the same guy who routinely has said, "Oh, so you said you're bisexual. So are you homosexual? You're gay then?" Like, no, and bi. So you're gay? No. So are you gay? No, I'm not gay. I'm bi. So you're gay? Like. That's what it's like.
Seriously. I'm sorry, I was muted there, but yeah, that's a very apt.
I'll just assume that you laughed, Aiden.
Summer, I did actually, in fact, laugh. There was a laugh that was there. I need to get that laugh track soundboard real quick, so that if I do mute, that we can like enhance the stream. Maybe I can just get a harmonica because I know that's pretty fun. Yes, let's go. Now the stream isn't 100%. Everybody that was watching up until this point, you've seen us up until like, we've been using 90% of our brains. This is like the end of, what was that really shitty movie where Lucy? That was what it was. Yeah. It's like the end of that, where like she uses 100% of her power, and then that like really shitty, forgettable ending that nobody ever gave a shit about, even like the time it came out. Yeah, that happens. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah. Can she use 100% of her chromosomes, though? Women.
Oh, man. I hate my wife. Boomer humor. It's great.
Wife bad.
Right?
Because I can't imagine a woman being attracted to whatever it is I'm looking at on screen.
Yeah. Okay. Put your camera on. Let's see what you look like.
You got a picture of me right there. Why would I need to put my camera?
He's literally on webcam half the time he's on streams. And his picture is right there. I know Peter's gonna say this, but his picture is right there.
It's like Kent when he was getting on my case about not showing my face in the debate when my face is literally right on the thumbnail of the video. It's like anybody can go and look at my face. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. Yeah, it's the exact same case right here, but he's just found a new thing to grapple onto, total non sequitur that he can try and use to divert the conversation away from actually being held to account, because heaven forbid if Lupin's held to actual account by somebody.
If I can hype up the end of the stream at all to Aiden and to the people in the chat, I've been sketching Lupin face this whole time, and I'm gonna reveal my drawing at the end of the stream.
Oh
so
shit! Oh
Maybe
shit!
stick
Now
around
I
for
am
that.
hyped. No, I am hyped for that.
It's
now.
pretty funny.
No, I'm,
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Camera on.
Put your camera on.
No. Why?
Why not?
You weren't interested in me, so now suddenly you want
I'm still
to
not
have me on
interested in
camera?
you, but
Okay, so then I can keep my camera off. You got a picture of me with the bald eagle.
I don't know if that's you. I don't know if that's
we
you.
both
I
have
don't
the
know if
same
that's you.
name.
I don't know if that's
You-
you, brother.
you-
Which
Oh,
one are
that's
you? Are
easy.
you are you
That's-
the ugly like hillbilly looking what is it?
Yes,
Hillbilly looking
that's-
dude, or
that's
you
me.
or are you the bald eagle? Because the bald eagle is more
I'm the
attractive.
ugly hillbilly looking dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you the ugly one. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
At least
I
you
mean,
recognize it.
If you think that's an
Are you the human? Are you the human or are you the bird? Because the bird, I want to fuck the bird. I'm down with the cloaca. Let's rub cloacas together.
I like that Lupin impression was so out of pocket. Oh my god, that was good. That was good.
Was it?
I know
I'm
that
gonna have to
did-
go back. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the stream because
It's
I
not
didn't.
good because it sounded like him. I'm just gonna be upfront about that. It was
No, it's
just
okay.
it's just the whole little. Are you the bird? Because I want to fuck that bird. Just so fucking. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Harmonica. Insert harmonica noise here. That was very good. Yes. All right. Let's keep going.
insult. I mean, you need to work on your insults, dude.
No, I'm just stating facts.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
With you and your little mullet and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a mullet, but I mean, it's a nice try.
Yeah.
You can Google
can't
later.
really
You can Google later what a
insult.
mullet is because you don't know much. So apparently you don't know what a mullet is.
It's hard to know what that is when you don't have any hair.
Say that again.
Oh, I was just saying it's hard to know what a mullet is when you don't have any hair.
Oh.
It looks like he doesn't have he's trying to do the whole backwards hat thing here, but it looks like he's wearing like a denim bathing cap right now. And it just gives me like 1980s like leather bar biker aesthetic look that I'm really not okay.
I'm wearing a really big yarmulke, dude.
Yeah. He's got a giant Torah in his lap. Yeah. I can see that in like 20 years' time. Jewish Lupin. I could see it.
Yeah, Jupin.
Yes.
I've always said that an impression, you don't always have to sound exactly like the person, but if you can nail like just like one part of if you can like just get one aspect of them really down pat, it's a good impression. So that's how I feel. Even if it doesn't sound like them.
Agreed.
Let me see what you look like here. You kind of look like Tiger King, bro. Are you a homosexual?
No, I already told you because you keep telling me that you love me, and I told you that I'm straight.
Yeah,
right?
but no, like,
Yeah,
do you love?
not
do you
that
love
much
your
of a
father?
memory, do you? Because
do you
this
love
was
your-
just
do you love
what
your
a
father?
minute
Do you
ago.
love your father? Do you love your father?
This was just a minute ago.
Do you love your father?
No,
No. Do you love your brothers, if you have any?
no,
Do you love your sisters?
no.
Do you love anybody?
I mean, the moment you start asking me about people that are actually alive or existing.
Okay,
So-
who do you have alive or existing?
I have
How
two
is
girlfriends.
this germane to the
Do you love 'em, or do you-
conversation? Like, how is this actually related to anything to do? And this is what Lupin thrives in right here. This is what he trades in. Is just total non sequitur character assassination. Just because what he's trying to build here is this narrative of like, oh well, he just doesn't love anybody whatsoever. Or if he does love somebody that's male, then that just means that he's homosexual. Look at him, he loves a guy. It's just so predictable Lupin. And that's why I said what I did when he joined Mark's show earlier about the whole, like, just skip to the part where you leave with your tail tucked, because Lupin never sticks around whenever he comes into these communities. He's never as nearly as brawlic as he likes to act over here.
Or do you just
I love him. I love him.
Love him or lust for him?
I love him. I'll
love
let you Google polyamory later. I know it's a
Why
difficult
aren't you
word
married
called
then?
polyamory.
Why aren't
You probably
married to
couldn't
one?
even spell it, but I'll let you I'll let you
know
Google
what?
it.
You spell it right now.
I just like, I don't know if this was his intention, but I just like how he's like, you can't even spell it. He's like, polyamory. That doesn't count, Lupin.
yeah, saying the word is not it does not conduce actually knowing the spelling of the word.
Okay, live on stream, I'm gonna attempt this. Okay. Polyamory. Chat, you can spelling bee check me.
Well, you didn't say polyamory at the end, so it's not true spelling bee at that
Damn
point.
it.
Also, in order to be accurate to Lupin, you need to like chug a Four Loko halfway through that. So unfortunately,
He has been drinking during the stream. I noticed that.
Oh well, I mean, it's
Spell it right now. Spell it right now. Go. Spell it.
Why would I?
Spell it. Spell it. Spell it. Spell it. Spell it.
Why would I?
Because you accuse me of not being able to spell it, so you must know how to spell it. So spell it without.
I know how to spell it.
You're wasting time trying to Google it. You're wasting time trying to Google.
Yeah, you want to trick me into making you a little bit smarter because you couldn't spell it if your life depended on it.
Dude, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, bro. I'm sorry, but you're a dummy. You're a dummy. I love you, but you're like my dumb brother.
Why do you keep saying that you love me? I told you I'm not gay. I'm not interested in having a relationship with you.
I'm a Christian, bro.
Christians are gay?
I'm commanded to
Christians
love
gay?
you. I'm commanded to love you no matter how stupid you are. And you're very stupid.
Christians are gay.
No, Christians.
I didn't know that. No one's ever told me that.
Well, yeah, I know, because you listen to Aaron Raw, and I'm telling you, Aaron Raw.
Who's Aaron Raw? Who's Aaron Raw?
Mr. Nelson.
I don't know that person either.
Yeah, I bet you don't. Bet you know, because you're a little coward, bro. What else you got?
What?
You got about 2 minutes to entertain.
I'm the.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to pause there. I was just baffled by the whole like, you're a coward. You're a coward because what? He didn't get Aaron's name right? What the hell is
polyamorous was in the chat, not polyamory.
It's true.
But yeah, Peter's he's gonna set him straight here. I love this part.
Coward. This is the guy who was told to fast forward to the bit where he needed to leave and then he left. This is the guy who kicked me from his channel because he wasn't capable of making a point.
Too.
Yeah, sure you will.
Come on.
You think I didn't know that?
Make this
I'm
entertaining.
just pointing it out for the people. I'm just pointing it out for the people who are watching. You're a coward.
Yeah, that you're a pussy too. You got a minute and a half. Come on, make this entertaining.
For what?
Ask me something relevant.
Yeah. Why did you strike Logan's channel?
Because he took an hour and a half of a live stream of mine.
Under fair use?
He didn't transform it in any way.
Under fair use?
It's not fair use. Next.
Fair use, you don't have to transform anything to have it under fair use, right? You know that?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
If you review someone's content and you comment on it while reviewing it, you stop the video every once in a while to comment on it, that's fair use.
Well, he didn't do that.
You knew that, right? Because
didn't do that.
Didn't your fake lawyer tell you that?
He didn't do that.
He did.
Pause.
So you
Yes, Mark did do that, but he's not going to be addressing Mark right in that moment. He's going to be addressing Gangster Ghost because he's going to bob and weave between who it is in order to meet his argument here. Because whoever needs to be mentioned in the moment, if it's somebody that needs to be mentioned that's a total piece of garbage, then Mark Stoney will get invoked. But now, for the sake of the argument, well, because he's saying right here, no, he didn't. He didn't comment on it. He didn't comment on it. And that's true for Gangster Ghost. But he knows that he's not referring to Gangster Ghost. He being Peter here. Peter's not referring to Gangster Ghost right now. He's referring to Mark. He's referring to the commentary that him and Mark did on your channel's show that Peter participated in. So yes, there absolutely was commentary on there, Lupin. You're blatantly lying right now.
You got about one. You got one more minute. You got 1 more minute to entertain me.
I mean, for me, a minute would be good. If you had a minute, the way you talk with it, you wouldn't last for a minute.
Where are you from
hard to talk.
Are you from
it's hard
Sweden?
to talk, right?
Switzerland? Or no, you're
What's that place in the Europe land that you're from? What would that place? It's like, dude, if you're gonna try to go down that road of insulting him, this just goes to show how short his thought process is. Like, he just thought of like insulting him based on where he lived, but his infantile mind couldn't conjure up the place where he lived, so it just came out as, well, you live in what was this, Switzerland, whatever that place was. It's like, yeah, you're really making your point well here. It's almost as rich as when Peter pointed out the fact that he can't get through a sentence without going, and then he literally started his sentence in reply with, It was pretty great.
Dude, Switzerland, like, you guys are lucky we bailed your ass out during World War II.
Yeah, I gotta love that. He would say that too. He really would. You're on fire tonight.
Where are you from again? Who even really cares about you? You're so irrelevant.
I'm from a place I doubt you could point out on a globe. Oh, Probably. It's a flat Earth for you. It's on a flat Earth map.
Probably. Oh, good. You know a friend of mine. He loves flat Earth.
You know. Why don't you just talk?
I am talking. We've been talking this entire time. You're understanding me.
You stumble a lot. You see.
Okay, so normally I don't really like this type of thing that Peter's doing, because it's a slippery slope into like people who don't have English as a first language, or who have like problems with speech impediments. But just the fact, I'll let it slide just for the fact that Lupin's such an asshole, and it's clearly bothering him.
Well, not just that, but it'd be one thing, right? Like, if somebody, like if English indeed was not his first language, which I know it is his first language, but if it weren't, and if it was somebody that was just trying to relate a point, and, you know, Peter was going, you're stumbling around all over the place, man. What's going on? That would be one thing. But Lupin tries to posit himself as this, like, intellectual. He tries to posit himself as this guy that can just go into rooms and destroy everybody. You guys are lucky that I don't go into your room and destroy you guys. So it's one thing to do that to somebody that's just unassuming and not trying to be bothersome. But Lupin actively tries to seek this, like, status as, like, he knows what he's talking about. That guy over there, that Lupin guy, he knows what's up in this world.
Yeah, this entire stream, he's really got this try-hard air of, dude, this is like Michael Jordan with the flu game right now. I'm so nonchalant, like, I'm just owning you, dude, even though, like, I'm being made to look like a fucking doofus. Lupin.
Seem to use time to gather your thoughts.
Here, look, let me show you. See, I could talk perfectly fine. The thing is, you're interrupting me every time, so it's interrupting me being able to speak. So once I shut you up, because you deserve to be shut up because you don't have any respect for a channel like mine. See, I'm not like the other channels where you think you can go and run it. I run my own channel. So since I run my own channel, I control how the conversation flows.
Pause.
Okay? So I'm hoping that you're following along.
Oh my god. I run my own channel, spoken in a way that, like, you would expect a man his age to be like, I have my own house. This is my house. This is my house. He's never had his own house, so he can't say that. So the closest thing he's ever gotten to is, this is my channel. This is my part. This is my little piece of virtual turf. It's like, wow. I'm quite impressed. Give me a break. It's just so obvious. The insecurity is coming in so strong with it right now.
Yeah, it's like the Huggies commercial. I'm a big kid now, bro.
Yeah, your diaper's only half as absorbent, bitch. What about that?
Dude, you don't even have the layers I have, bro.
Yeah, you got 3 layers on your diaper? I didn't think so, bitch ass. Yeah, you can't even sustain the wedgie.
Along because see, I don't stutter. I'm just getting interrupted by you because all you do is just try to speak over me.
Pause.
So now
I don't stutter.
I'm just getting
Yeah.
See, I don't stutter. I'm just getting
of all times, dude. Of all times that you could have flubbed that. Really? Like, oh. That's rough.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, Jesus, I can't believe an hour has already gone by. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this. I'm almost done with my artwork, and then we're gonna wrap the stream up because I don't think we have to show much more of this.
No, but this has been plenty of fun though.
Yeah, I've been enjoying. Oh, look at this! Is a good screenshot for Lupin, except it's not. It's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, this has got to be like a Pennywise coming out of the sewer. I'm really not a fan.
But we all float down here, bro.
No, please stay away from me.
Hey, Georgie. I don't know what that was. Just
hey,
ignore that.
Hey, Logan.
That was the worst fucking impression I've ever done.
Interrupted by you because all you do is just try and speak over me. So now I'll let you go ahead and speak and say your piece there. Go ahead.
What
Peter.
piece? What piece?
Okay, I have to show the part at the end where he says, I hope that you fondle the law. I need to get to that part.
Exactly. You ain't got nothing to say, do you?
I had something to say, but apparently you've got something to hide, so you won't answer my question.
Got nothing to hide.
Okay, so why did you false flag Logan's channel?
Never false flagged. You're making a false accusation.
Yeah, you did false flag it.
Nope.
Well, okay, I'll rephrase. Why did you put a strike on Logan's channel? What's your beef with Logan?
I don't have any beef with Logan, but
yes, you do, because you put a strike on his channel.
Okay, I'm going to mute you again since you have an issue, kind of understanding how whenever I control my channel, I control the flow. Look, I even talked to Logan. I spoke to him, and he said, look, I made a mistake. I didn't want to strike Logan's channel, to be honest with you, but I knew what it was going to lead to. So I strike both of the channels.
All right.
And, yeah.
No, that's perfect, actually, that you let it play there for that like extra little bit. Peter is a damn hero for getting that confession out of him right there. He really is. Because what he's saying there to me is, even though he has always said constantly that he doesn't care about what people say about him, according to his shorts he has of like Eminem and whatnot, he just don't give a fuck is his attitude. But, he wanted to strike that video down because he knew what it was going to lead to, i.e., he knew that we were going to dunk on him like we're doing right now, like we will continue to do, no matter how many surreptitious strikes you try putting on things, Lupin. You're not going to be able to shut us up. So you can have it one way or the other. Either you don't care and you're above caring and this is all just totally irrelevant to you, or you can throw a hissy fit and we'll see you in court, bitch.
Yeah, you know what? Call your fair use lawyer or just take your strike and just deal with it. Not yours, but Mark Stoney, and just deal with it. Don't do it again, and we'll be good and we'll be happy. I won't pursue anything unless you guys pursue something. If you guys want to pursue something and make a big deal out of this over a YouTube channel or a YouTube video that's nobody's making money off of.
Thank you very much, Lupin, for elucidating why what you did was fucking retarded. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Once again, talking out of both sides of your blubber-ridden fucking mouth. You stupid, ignoramus piece of shit. Why, Lupin? Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you point out the fact that you're not making any money off of this? Why are you digging your own grave? Like, I'm so genuinely frustrated with this man, quote unquote man, because there's no grounds that I can get on him. There's no like motive that I can constantly fasten to him. He's always just darting around and shifting his focus and changing so consistent. The only thing that's consistent about him really truly is his inconsistency, because he's always this chameleon that shifts into whatever he needs to at the moment. Now it's no big deal. If it was no big deal, then why did you launch the strike in the first place? Why did you put that in there if it's no big deal? If we're supposed to just take our strike, as you're saying, no, that's not how justice works. All right, if you try to use the law to abuse people's channels and take people's videos down, then there's going to be repercussions to your actions, Lupin. Like that, I guess the reason why I'm so frustrated right now, if I haven't made it sufficiently clear, is the fact that answer right there really tells me that Lupin in his mind genuinely expected us, when this happened, to just go, oh yeah, that's fine. We'll just take that. We'll just deal with it. You know, what he did, that was understandable. Like, why else would he say that the way that he did if that's not what he wanted, or at least expected to happen out of this? Like, he's just so unreasonable. That's why it's so frustrating, is because there's no consistency with him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like he probably had to know that it was going to cause some drama. But to me, I mean, I like how it's only, some stupid YouTube video that no one's making money off of if we choose to fight back against it. Then it's just, oh, you guys are making drama over this YouTube video that nobody's making money off of. Well, Lupin, I'm going to be making money off this stream, asshole. Just so you know.
More money than that stupid Cash App you always put up in every single stream that 3 people watch will ever make.
I'm going to send Lupin 1 penny on Cash App.
You should do it. You should do it. Or better yet, you should donate it to Planned Parenthood in his name.
Dude, he got so freaking triggered when I did that. Like, dude, you pretended to be Eric Hovind. You cut off Eric Hovind's face and wore his skin like a mask and drove down to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Curb stomped a bunch of babies. I have footage of it. You can't see it. I don't have anything to hide, but you can't watch it. It's mine.
I don't know if anyone even in the audience realized this, and AJ will almost certainly kill me and make a lamp out of me before the end of the night now that I've said this. But Atheist Jr., if you just take that, it's literally just an anagram for Ed Gein. There we go. I said it. I got to go now, guys. Rocket. Well, help me, please. Someone please help me.
That legal process, you want to go and do all that, that's fine with me.
Dude, puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. Dude, put the fucking lotion in the basket.
Yeah, that impression's really good because it's literally just a younger Brett Keane. So you know what? I think you're doing good. Your impression is evolving.
You don't know what pig is. I love that movie.
You ever miss the 90s? Oh
yeah, dude. I miss the AIDS crisis, bro.
man, fall of the Soviet Union and like collapse of Russian society. Like, I just wish we could go back to that, man. That was great, and like this like rogue state had access to nuclear weapons, and like we didn't know what was gonna go on from that. Yeah, man, let's go back to that.
Dude, I'm so nostalgic for Tiananmen Square, bro.
No.
Tiananmen Square, that whole uprising was actually happening right when I was born. The day I was born. Yeah, around that time. May 2nd, 1989. Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
I already have lawyers that I already have copyright lawyers and intellectual property lawyers that are already looking into it. So
pause.
That's all up to you, brother. But
holy shit, he literally is becoming Brett Key. No, you don't, Lupin. No, you don't. You did not pay for a retainer and money after your family just went through what you have talked about on many streams that they just went through that I'm not going to go into detail on here about. But his family just got hit with a tragedy. That's why he's in a hotel right now and not in his house. And now he's talking about, in the midst of all of that, trying to pay for a retainer and hourly rates for an intellectual property lawyer. If you were paying for an intellectual property lawyer, Lupin, you know what they would tell you to do right now? Shut the fuck up about this. No lawyer would advise you to keep yapping your fucking mouth about this case over and over and over again all day long. They would tell you to keep your mouth shut, because any talk about a case, if indeed this is going to become one, it's not going to be in your favor, Lupin. All this stuff that you said about this being an irrelevant YouTube video that nobody gives a shit about, you just signed your death warrant in court, bitch. Right there. That's all it takes. You just admitted that it's irrelevant, that it really doesn't matter in the broad scheme of things. You just admitted that you used the arm of the law to just settle some petty, vindictive bullshit that no one's going to give a shit about. So good job, Lupin. I hope that lawyer that you retained tells you that you just fucked yourself. Claude Balls has said in the chat, I've come out of retirement to support GG. Well, that's nice, Claude. I actually thank you very much. I'm glad, because as the more people that stand in solidarity with people like Mark and with people especially like GG right now, it's very important, because this kind of behavior is absolutely unacceptable. Taking this stupid internet shit and bringing it into the real world is beyond unacceptable, and it's not something that anybody should tolerate on any level whatsoever. It's disgusting.
All right. Are we ready for the reveal?
I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Oh.
Yes! It's so good. It's so accurate. Oh my god. Wow, you captured the features so well. The total lack of neck, the sunburn, the shade, the fact that even though you can't see his eyes underneath the sunglasses, you know it's a total like vacant expression that's looking back at you that doesn't really comprehend what's going on. That's a good capture right there. Oh my god!
I was wondering, like, am I going too far with the skin tone? But I was like, nah, fuck it. All right.
No, that's beautiful. If there's a way to end this stream and close it out right there, that's it right then and there. You know what, Lupin? You could try. Are you gonna trying to DMCA that photo? I imagine that's what's gonna come soon. He took my likeness. He took my likeness.
Dude, you're trying to dox me, bro.
Yeah,
I need a Four Loco, dude. I'm gonna fucking frame this.
You didn't put Four Loco in the picture, so
dude,
it's actually slander. So
yeah.
I'm gonna be seeing you in court, AJ, real soon.
Oh, thumbnail. Yes.
Yes. Oh, thumbnail for sure.
That might ruin the reveal. I'll have to think about it, but yeah, I'll probably do that. Okay. All right. Like and subscribe to the channel. Me and Aiden are going to go do something behind the scenes. But yeah, see you later.